Okay, guys, welcome back to Relaxed Coders. I'm your host, Josh. If you guys have already set up Python and everything, then we're good to go. If you guys haven't, head over to the previous video and make sure that you have everything all set up. Now, to get started, I just want to go over some syntax and good practices. Syntax, for those who don't know, is basically just like a way of communicating or a language for programming. So we're just going to go over the syntax for Python and some good practices to keep in mind whenever you're coding in Python. So we're just going to open up Python. Just search Python in your search bar and then open up the IDE. And then just go onto file, new file, or Control N, and then this is going to be our first script. And I'm just going to use this to show you guys some of the things that you guys should take note of when programming in Python. One of the first things really is that Python, well, is an interpreted language, that's first of all. And another thing is that Python runs your code from top to bottom. So in case if I write something like print hi here in this script, and then somewhere at the bottom I have another print statement, and then it says hello, the hi would be executed first before hello. So this can be important to some, and sometimes it can be kind of annoying because maybe you've been working on a really long code and then a part of the code won't execute because you have an error or a misspelling or somewhere on the top. So it goes from top to bottom with Python. And if I run this, I could just click F5 here to run the code, and we're gonna have to save it. So always try to keep your codes as organized as possible. I cannot stress this even more. Sometimes when you are working on really complicated projects, you would have to sometimes have multiple Python scripts working with each other. If you have them disorganized, it becomes a pain to figure out what's happening and what's going wrong with your code. So always have a folder where you keep all your codes or whatever project you're working on. If you're working on a specific project, open a folder for that project. I'm just gonna name this script text, and then I'm gonna hit save. So it'll execute now. Over here we see it prints out hello and hi and hello. So it printed out hi first because it was the first line in the code, then hello was next. If it was the other way around, it would execute hello first. So I'm just gonna show that to you guys. If I run this again, hello is printed first before hi. This is basically how Python runs, that simple. Another thing with Python is that it is case sensitive, as most programming languages. Meaning, if instead of a lowercase p, if I put a capital P, it won't work. As you can see, the color even changes. If I try to run this, I get an error. Name print is not defined, because uppercase P and lowercase p, even though they kind of mean the same thing to us in English, they are completely different when it comes to programming. So a professor of mine actually made a statement one time, and he said that computers are very dumb in terms of programming, which means that what he was trying to say is that the computers will do exactly what you tell it to do. If you create a code to tell a computer to kill itself, it will kill itself. It does exactly what it is that you tell it to do. So you have to be very, very explicit and detailed when you are programming, because exactly what you code is exactly what will happen. So as I made mention, Python is very case sensitive. So make sure that you are careful with your uppercase and lowercase whenever you're working on your projects or whatever. And that's actually it for this video. It's a very, very short one. I just wanted to get the syntax and some good practices out of the way. I won't be able to cover everything now, but as we go along and go into some really exciting and cool projects, you would be able to pick up on some good habits. I'm not the best of programmers in the world, so you might actually figure out different ways to do things quicker than I will, or how to organize your code a lot better than I will. be a good sport and share that information with everyone in the comment section. We're all learning at the end of the day, right? Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode of Relaxed Coders. Peace.